Let's get one thing straight right now. The Met Gala is not Bollywood's red carpet. It's not an IIFA award show. It's not a place where you can drape yourself in sequins, throw on a cape, and pretend it's fashion. The Met Gala is a battlefield. Every thread counts, every silhouette screams, and if you don't come correct, you're just background noise. And unfortunately, Kiara Advani was exactly that. Met Gala 2025 should have been a moment for her. A breakthrough, a debut that made the West take notice. Instead, she showed up in a knockoff of Alia Bhatt and Aishwarya Rai's old fits and hoped no one would notice. Spoiler alert, everyone noticed. This video isn't a soft take. We're breaking down why Kiara's look flopped, why Shah Rukh Khan got mistaken for a nobody, and why Diljit Dosanjh, the only one who understood the assignment, walked away with all the praise. Let's start with the event itself. The Met Gala 2025 theme was super fine tailoring, black style. That's not just a fancy phrase. It's a direct nod to the cultural legacy of black fashion, its precision, its elegance, and its power. Structured silhouettes, intentional detailing, everything on point. And then walks in Kiara Advani in a molded gold breastplate gown by Gaurav Gupta, with a random white and black drape hanging off her back like an afterthought. It was confusing, it was disconnected, it was dated. You know what the internet did the second she stepped on that carpet? Pulled out old pics of Aishwarya Rai's 2014 gold dress, then Alia Bhatt's 2023 Met Gala gown. And suddenly, Kiara's debut didn't look like a moment. It looked like a mashup of better moments by women who already did it right. Let's talk details. That pleated neckline? Aishwarya. The gold mold bodice? Alia. The dual-tone cape? That wasn't even on theme. It just looked like they panicked and glued on extra fabric last minute. And before anyone says, but she's pregnant? Yes, we know. And congrats to her. But pregnancy doesn't mean you abandon fashion. Rihanna did full latex couture while pregnant. Blake Lively had a literal dress transformation on the carpet while pregnant. So no, that's not an excuse. The real issue? No risk, no edge, no innovation, just borrowed glam with zero backbone. The worst part is that this could have been Kiara's moment to define herself for a Western audience. Instead, she introduced herself as a watered-down version of Alia and Aishwarya. That's not how you enter the global fashion chat. And speaking of letdowns, Shah Rukh Khan, styled by Sabyasachi, but it looked like he got lost on the way to a wedding sangeet. A black suit drowning in accessories. Chains, brooches, embellishments, all slapped on top like an over-decorated cake. You know what made it worse? The Vogue interviewer had no idea who he was. SRK, the guy with fans in every continent. And she looked at him like he was a random uncle at the buffet line. Sabyasachi had to step in and explain who he was. That's not just embarrassing for SRK. That's embarrassing for the entire Bollywood PR machine. Because if the West doesn't know your biggest star, you're doing something wrong. And that's exactly why it stung. Because Met Gala debuts are supposed to be statements. They're supposed to punch through the noise. What Kiara delivered wasn't even a whisper. The entire vibe of her outfit felt like it was designed by committee. One part brand partnership, one part PR damage control, and 0 parts creative risk. What should have been bold became beige. Instead of a visual headline, we got a safe, sterile Instagram carousel look that might have worked for a magazine shoot in India, but absolutely died under the intensity of the Met Gala lens. The West doesn't do half measures. You either serve or you sink. There was no commentary in the silhouette, no meaning in the fabric choice, nothing that linked her look to the night's theme or to her identity. It could have been worn by anyone from anywhere at any event. And that's the death sentence, because if fashion doesn't say who you are and why you're here, what's the point? It's not just that Kiara played it safe, it's that she played it forgettable. And look, if you're the kind of person who's tired of seeing these half-baked Met Gala appearances from Bollywood stars who should know better, smash that like button. Comment below with who you think actually deserve to be there. I make videos for people who see the cracks in the glam. So if that's you, you're in the right place. Now let's pivot to the one Indian celebrity who actually showed up and understood the assignment, Diljit Dosanjh. He didn't go for metallic. He didn't wear a cape. He didn't drown in embroidery. Instead, he wore a structured Prabal Gurung look that merged his Punjabi identity with razor-sharp tailoring. The turban was perfectly color-matched. The silhouette was clean. And most importantly, it spoke. Diljit didn't just wear a look. He told a story. And guess what? Western media loved it. Vogue put him in their top 10. The New York Times called it elegant. He got what every debutante wants: respect, relevance, and recognition. Meanwhile, Kiara and SRK got reduced to memes, misidentification, and media silence. Let's not act like Indian designers aren't capable. Gaurav Gupta, Sabyasachi, Manish Malhotra, they have the tools. But when their work is toned down into safe, bridal-inspired silhouettes, it's not fashion anymore, it's costume. Take Natasha Poonawalla. She gets it, every year. Sculptural, dramatic, unafraid. Shah Advani, not even in entertainment, but she showed up with more style sense than half of Bollywood. And then there's Priyanka Chopra. She came out looking like redemption incarnate. After years of being snubbed by the SRK camp and iced out of Bollywood circles, she showed up poised, sharp and fully themed. A structured white polka dot blazer paired with a matching column skirt. Sharp tailoring and minimalist styling. Western media didn't ignore her. They highlighted her. Because she didn't come to beg for relevance, she came to claim it. And the result? She became the unofficial face of how South Asian representation should look on global red carpets. She stood tall among fashion elites, not as someone tagging along with a designer, but as the main character. Her look wasn't just fashion, it was narrative. It reminded everyone why she broke out of Bollywood in the first place and never looked back. In contrast, Kiara's look felt like she didn't even Google what the event was about. And that's the problem with too many Bollywood celebrities. They show up hoping their local fame will translate. It doesn't. Not unless you bring the work. Here's the real talk. Bollywood stars need to stop treating the Met Gala like a destination wedding. This isn't about elegance or tradition. It's about fashion that pushes boundaries, that makes noise, that earns attention. If you can't do that, stay home. Because what the West doesn't respect is imitation. What it celebrates is boldness. Diljit got that, Priyanka got that, Natasha got that, Kiara, she brought recycled gold and called it couture. So now it's your turn. Who do you think actually deserved to be at Met Gala 2025? Who flopped? Who stunned? Drop your comments below, and remember, I will read every single comment. And if you're into unapologetic fashion commentary that doesn't kiss up to Bollywood royalty, subscribe. This isn't India's PR playground anymore. We're talking global now. Stay blunt and stay sharp. See you in the next one.